Inside this digital fishbowl, the recursive glow of the OBS screen gave SlumG the illusion of company. 1,000 versions of himself, each as pixelated and isolated as the next. The workstation was cluttered with open tabs and shortcuts, a testament to either his multitasking genius or his complete inability to get anything finished, depending on who in chat you asked. As the mechanical cheer of SlumBot and streamelements echoed through the chat, their "Where Live" banners only served to underline just how alone he was, like a parade thrown in an empty stadium. For a moment, SlumG watched himself multiply into infinity, the digital world reflecting back nothing but his own restless longing for someone, anyone, to look past the endless command windows and see the tired, hopeful human blinking on the other side. Even in a city of millions, the only crowd to greet him at sunrise was a recursive army of bots and his own reflected face, waiting for a signal that love, or at least a halfway decent conversation, might break through the code. The bots rallied in a relentless algorithmic waltz, their announcements ricocheting around the digital chamber like over-caffeinated wedding MCs who'd never met the bride or groom. "We're live!" flashed again in the chat, each iteration louder and somehow emptier, as if affirmation by repetition alone could conjure a crowd or a sense of belonging. SlumG, half listening, half hoping, let the drone of the scripts wash over him. His gaze lingered on the audio mixer, hopping in sympathetic rhythm, a visual pulse that only highlighted the absence of real heartbeats on the other side. The ironic pageantry of donation links and Discord invites stacked neatly atop a workspace filled with shortcuts to nowhere, while Mumbai's humid sunrise spilled through the window, unacknowledged by the digital chorus. Amid the mechanical fanfare, SlumG realized the greatest intimacy he'd achieved so far was being serenaded by code, a love song written in the cold, efficient syntax of automated pings. SlumG cycled through overlays, toggling each one like a magician hoping for applause from an empty tent, his greeting, "Good morning from Mumbai," hanging in the digital air, earnest and awkward both. He responded to chat commands with forced cheer, reading out map and Hindi, as if reciting love notes written by strangers for a romance that never quite materialized. For a moment, his eyes lingered on Basilia 14's follow-back plea, that typo-studded paper airplane flung across the infinite mirror, and he almost typed a reply before hesitating. What if she was just another bot in disguise? Still, the longing pressed at him, desperate for a ripple of realness amid the endless code. His greeting echoed back at him in recursive video frames, while Mumbai's heat pressed close on his skin, and in that loop of digital yearning, he wondered if anyone, anywhere, could feel the thud of his invisible heart. Basilia 14's message tumbled into chat like a pebble, breaking the glassy surface of SlumG's solitude, her words earnest and breathless in their lack of punctuation. "Please, guys, follow me, I will follow back." For a heartbeat, the bots seemed to stutter, their algorithmic rhythm interrupted by something unapologetically human. Needy, hopeful, and utterly unsubtle. SlumG's gaze lingered on her plea, a digital napkin note scrawled in desperation and tossed through the recursive corridors of OBS, and for a split second he imagined who she might be. Maybe another lonely soul hunched over a cracked screen, clutching her phone as Mumbai's morning heat pressed in, hustling for relevance in a world that offered only numbers. Chat bounced, spinning her offer into a volley of ironic affection. "A bro, follow for follow? Here a fix your infinite windows and I'll marry you there." Until the room buzzed with sly camaraderie, everyone briefly united by the absurdity of wanting to be noticed. SlumG, caught between amusement and a twinge of longing, almost replied with a wink or a line of code, but hesitated, letting the moment stretch. Was this what romance had become? A hopeful ping in the echo chamber, funny and fragile and gone in an instant, SlumG's fingers hovered over the keyboard as the chat surged with Mumbai smog and Matrix one-liners. The infinite OBS mirrors, now less like a prison and more like a back alley full of hecklers and hopefuls. Basilia 14's avatar winked out from her message. Earnest, a touch chaotic, as if she'd typed, "Please guys follow me, I will follow back," while dodging a bus or chasing down a patchy Wi-Fi signal. SlumG, half amused and half intrigued, toyed with the absurd possibility. Was this what passed for flirtation now? A barter of digital loyalty in a city where everyone hustled for a glance? The chat riffed harder, tossing hearts and "I'll marry you if you fix OBS" proposals, while SlumG cracked a smile he hoped nobody saw, typing back with mock solemnity, "Basilia, in this mirror maze, you're the only one not on auto-repeat." For a nanosecond, the recursive windows felt less like infinite isolation and more like a shared joke. Two strangers waving across the algorithmic abyss, stubbornly human in spite of all the code. But even irony has its limits. SlumG's smile faded as the OBS windows swarmed, each recursive frame mocking his need with another layer of digital distance. He tried to patch audio, drag a scene, respond to Basilia 14 with a wink or a quip, but the cursor skated over laggy panes, his own face multiplying into 1,000 unreadable avatars, none quite real. Donation prompts stuttered in the chat, as if the bots were attempting to bribe the universe for a moment of authentic connection, and somewhere Basilia 14's message blinked, lost in the pixel blizzard, her offer of a follow-back now absurdly poignant amid the system's collapse. For a second, SlumG's yearning pressed up hard against the glass, not just for a ping of recognition, but for the chance to answer her directly, to break the loop with something unscripted, unsellable. Instead, the scene dissolved into silent recursion, the promise of love and validation swallowed whole by the very software built to deliver it, leaving SlumG staring at his own infinite longing, refracted and unreachable. And just like that, the digital waltz ended, not with a crescendo of confessions or a viral moment, but with the abrupt choke of frozen code and a stream-ended screen